Jennifer Jones. She's on our board. She also does a very important support group for not only our recovery court members, but other members of the community. She wants to come and speak to you for a minute, and then I will close if Judge Ross doesn't have something else he would like to say.
My name is Jennifer Jones, and I'm from here, from a place affectionately known as Beach Creek. Raised up a little country girl, come out of nowhere, raised in church, straight A student, and I got to my high school years and had a tonsillectomy, got a prescription for some painkillers, and a downward spiral happened. I suffered from depression, a lot of anxiety, issues with confidence. I didn't fit in well with my peers. I knew that I was different, or I perceived that I was different, and I spent a lot of my life suffering inside my own head, and I found something that numbed that, and that took over a large amount of my life. But thankfully, by God's grace, I watched people all around me die. My boyfriend at the time passed away from a drug overdose. And even then, it didn't change my mind. I still kept using because I felt like I couldn't stop. I didn't know how, because I didn't know how to live without being numb. But by God's grace, I was able to get clean and to stay clean, and I'm thankful for that. But I think that a big part of who I am now is being able to give back the mercy that I was shown, and to be able to help other people that are struggling, who are where I was. And I would like to encourage everyone in the community to step forward, and even if you think that you can't make a difference, it takes everyone. If one person tries to do it all, it'll be like it always has been. It'll fizzle out, it'll fail, the person becomes overwhelmed, people lose interest. But this is a life or death situation. It's not something that can be swept under the rug anymore. It's not something that can be hidden. Mental health is a real thing. It's a real issue. And it needs not to be hidden. It needs to be put out front in the open, where people are able to say that they need help, say that they're struggling, and have people, rather than looking down on them and judging them, to reach out a helping hand. And that's what community is about. And there are a lot of good people in this community who want to help, and who are willing to help people that need that help. And in a group, I've been running a recovery support group that's community driven. It's just people who are affected with whatever, that just want to be in a place where they can sit down and talk to each other. And you'd be surprised the impact that can have just by simply talking to somebody who is willing to listen. I've seen it change people's lives, change people's perception and how they feel about themselves and how they feel about other people. And that small impact there carries on to something else. So I would encourage people in our community to reach out, to step out and say, what can I do? And recovery is a lot of things. It's not just the things that you think about. Recovery is needing a new outfit to go to church, or needing a ride to your support group because you don't have a license. There's a lot of things that people in the community that can do it to help that they don't realize is such a huge thing to somebody that's struggling. So I feel that we need to step outside of our comfort zone, because you can't grow. And our community, I feel, is ready for growth. We need to step outside that area that we've been in for such a long time, and and step out and be something different, do something different, because that's what it's going to take. We have people's daughters, people's husbands, fathers, mothers. As you saw the different speakers that have been up here, there's so many people. Every face has a story. It's not what you would assume it to be. It's their story. And as long as they have people who are willing to step forward and to show them love and be kind and be willing to help, then they have hope. They can move forward with their lives and with their recovery. So, as part of our community, each and every one of you have a responsibility to ask yourself, what can I do? Because it's not just their problem, it's ours. Thank you very much.
Okay, just briefly, kind of close out, I just wanted to say, I spent most of last week in California at a judicial training for domestic violence. And most of that week I spent thinking to myself, we don't have anything in Hawkins County. We don't. I sat at a table with a judge from Orange County, California, who informed me that they had 142 judges in their county. One judge for every 18,000 people or so, I think that's what it worked out to. Judges from Green Bay, judges from Montgomery, Alabama, judges from Texas and Washington, and all these big cities, and they would sit there and then we would discuss situations, and they'd say, what would you do in this situation? And they would say, well, I would call my victim witness coordinator and coordinate with my batterers intervention program and get some case management involved and they look at me and what would you do? And this is it. I said, Amy, come help me, or Shelly, or come help me. Because as far as court, we don't have all these things. We're getting there. 7 years ago, we didn't have any of this either. There was nothing here. It was a bunch of addicts with nowhere to go. So, I'm sitting here tonight thinking, I spent last week thinking about everything that we don't have, but I spent tonight being thankful for everything we do have, and that's all of you. So, thank you guys for being here. Please try to help somebody. You've seen these pictures of these guys up here, what they look like when they come in, and it's hard to look at them when they come in that way, but I try my best to see these people. I know they're there. Just got to find them. And that's what we're trying to do. So if you see, sometimes we call on Facebook, we need something. If you can help us. Sometimes we need refrigerators or stoves or a ride or whatever. And we've been blessed. Every time I've ever put anything on there like that, we've always had somebody respond, and it's always worked out. So if you're ever in a position to help, please let us know, and I'm sure we can find something and have some need that you can fulfill for some of these guys. But thank you again for coming. There's things up here for you to look. If you ever have any issues, if you have any problems, if your family members or friends have problems, you don't have anywhere else to go, come to the courthouse, and you will be the first. It's kind of cool when somebody comes to the Justice Center looking for help because they're not in trouble. They just ask me for help. And that's pretty cool that we've been able to create that environment and encourage them.